Well, congrats to you guys on the film. It's got to feel good. It's out there. All your hard work has paid off. I understand in preparing for the roles, you were put through a boot camp to research as much as you could and then forget everything. What was that whole process like?
Well, it was, you know, we'd all been a part of the film for quite a few years, and so by the time that we were able to finally go to Montreal and start filming, we'd had 4 weeks before where we rented an apartment separately, and we'd show up in the morning and, you know, stay all day just reading different material besides just the core book source. We'd, you know, read about each other's characters. We'd meet family members, biographers, and everything. So every day it was just all four of us, either, you know, our heads in the book, or Walter showing us films that were from this time, and just sort of being able to bond and learning and taking in as much as we could before we started filming. You know, I think he kind of wanted to overpack it so you didn't miss a thing.
Right. I like how you said Montreal. We say Montreal. How do you say it?
How do you say it?
Montreal.
Oh, funny, I know. Montreal.
Montreal. That's so weird.
Yeah, we're weird Americans.
Well, if you want to sound Canadian, Montreal.
Montreal.
Look at that.
Montreal.
Yeah. Montreal, yes.
Montreal.
Sort of the central theme in understanding this time era is sex, drugs, and adventure. If it were present day and people were a little more liberal or open-minded, don't you think it would make for a more fun society and a more normal society as well if people were a little more liberated nowadays?
Well, I think it's, well, you know, after so many people went through the 70s, so now it's a little more accepted, I guess, that, you know, parents that don't want their kids to maybe even possibly read the book are just like, you know, well, honey, maybe we should let her read it. You know, we had our day in the sun. And so it's like, so that's accepted. But I think in terms of like the youth for today, everybody, you know, in their early 20s want to sort of get out and search and find and enjoy life and see lands that no one's seen, and, you know, travel the world and sort of try and absorb as much knowledge and wisdom as you can to be a stronger person. And that's what, you know, that's always a possibility if one wants to make that first step.
Yeah. Now, you all play really iconic and very cool characters. What's the one quality of your character that you wish you had?
Wow.
Clothes. No.
Yeah.
The undergarments?
Yeah. Should have good undergarments. I think, I mean, what made her up, like the different aspects of her personality, didn't really seem to, like, and these are always, I say this actually a lot about people that, like, I really dig. They didn't really go together. Do you know what I mean? There was a really odd combination of things that made her up and made her capable of doing the things that she did and love the way that she did, and not and this is probably me totally projecting and being sensitive, but not letting it eat any part of her. There was nothing that could be taken, because there was always a very equally balanced thing in her life. It was like she was just so able to understand that if she loved someone, then she loved them for everything that they were. Do you know what I mean? And it's a pretty basic concept that we all try, you know, but she was able to live such a full life because of that. And I mean, knowing the woman behind the character, it was so much interesting to play her, because she wasn't just fun and wild and kind of like, you know, like to do drugs and have sex. That was so much, it was so much more than that. It was like, I don't know, basically that's it.
Back then, and even present day, people would probably shame Mary Lou for her sexual freedom. Now that you know her so well, what would you say to those people?
She really, that's what, I don't know. I mean, I think she really wasn't being like a rebellious person. The one thing that's interesting about this part of the Beat movement is that it was conception. This is not when they weren't aware of the fact that they were, like, you know, breaking ground, or at least maybe, you know, she wasn't. This wasn't her. It was so personal to her, and I don't know. I think as soon as you start becoming too analytical about it. It's like, are you living for you? What are you doing? I think that she would probably laugh at that question and say, like, I'm fine, thank you, sorry.
The car almost plays another character in the film. What did that thing smell like and look like at the end of filming?
It was always a big thing for Walter. He always got mad when any of the crew members would wash the car, because he wanted it to look as dirty as it could to, be the evidence of long, sort of wild journeys, through the night. I don't recall. Oh, well, yeah, the smell was gas.
Yes, it was.
The gas,
Oh,
the
yeah.
gas tank on this was in the trunk of the car, and so when they were filling it up, if anybody spilled a little on top, it was a pleasant gift. But the car was, amazing. It's a wonderful car.
For sure. Well, congrats to you guys on the film.
Thanks.
What happened to your finger?
I broke it. I'm clumsy.
Me too. Yeah. Well, I hope it heals.
Thanks.